SMT Nation, we back. Nation, please do check out my partner, Mint Mobile. Save money on your phone bill, all while supporting the channel. The partner link is in the description. They've got a great promotion right now. 6 months of free service when you buy a phone and get a 6-month plan. They got all these other great deals for new customers. The offers are tremendous. You can renew if you're an existing customer. Just use our partner link. Help yourself and help out the channel. Appreciate those considerations. Okay, so today's video, it's kind of an industry-wide thing. I'm going to be discussing T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T with an emphasis on Verizon because they are the most, I guess, they've got the microscope on them when it comes to net additions, right? They're a company that is less competitive in the traditional consumer retail space. Okay, so when you consider all factors and you look at Verizon's Q4, you'd say they had a decent Q, right? There's some good things coming out of there. But one of the things that they really didn't mention and didn't want to emphasize was the 3G shutdown losses, which I have talked about in a previous video, and how when you take them out, it makes the quarter look much better. But when you include them, it makes the quarter look much more realistic and worse because they are technically disconnections. Now, truth be told, T-Mobile had 3G shutdowns this year, and it negatively impacted them, and they didn't really report it much. Same thing with AT&T. So that's why I said we need to include all carriers and see how this stacks up. Okay, so Verizon, I think they had plus 41,000 net adds on the consumer side. If you count the 3G shutdown, where does that put them, right? And if you look at the business side where they actually grew, where does that put the quarter in totality? It's not very good. And especially in a quarter that has holiday upgrades built into it. That's why we feel, at least here on the channel and how I've tried to present this, is that it's not really a net positive. You can't say that they really turned it around in Q4 when you consider 3G shutdown and just not getting the same type of growth that we're seeing from any other competitors. Everybody else is growing at a phenomenal pace. Nothing substantial to note at Verizon. So 217,000 postpaid phone net adds, AT&T 656,000, and we're expecting T-Mobile to be approaching 1 million, right? And then big cable, like 900,000. They, 650,000 from Spectrum Mobile and Charter, and then Comcast was like 316,000. So everybody's growing really except Verizon. Verizon kind of grows through cable, but outside of that, I'm looking at net additions being way down at Verizon. The retail situation, lack of competitive offers and compelling promotions, pulling promotions back after a couple weeks. We've seen all these things. And with 3G shutdowns, it kind of shows, it paints the whole picture. Okay, so Verizon lost about 576,000 consumer and 333,000 business connections, including 392,000 wireless retail postpaid phone connections. According to analysts, 3G shutdown losses in the total result in a much uglier picture. Verizon's total retail phone base has contracted 1.3% year over year. I'm not here to pick on Verizon. We're just stating the numbers. You look at the year and that's where things stack up. Again, we can also consider what T-Mobile, incurred by shutting down their 3G. Same situation. There were losses. They didn't highlight those. AT&T had 3G shutdown much early in the year, and they saw very similar shutdown problems. But when you look at everything for the year and how this is going to pan out, let's consider all things that happened in Q4. This includes postpaid and prepaid. T-Mobile is going to end up with 880,000 for Q4 in total ads. We'll just round it up to 900,000. Charter at 615,000. AT&T at 584,000, Comcast at 365,000, and then Verizon at minus 544,000. Right? We should include, the losses from 3G shutdown, right? And that's what happened in the quarter. So we're not going to sit here and candy coat it. Where those customers go, we have no idea. Do they go to AT&T? Do they go to Verizon? Do they come back to Verizon? Do they go to T-Mobile? Do they go somewhere else? You have no idea, but they've become free agents. There's no guarantee that Verizon's going to get them back, and there's no guarantee that Verizon's going to give them a good deal. In a way, Verizon couldn't really get around the churn rate, but the question is where do they end up? It creates growth opportunities at other providers because technically they're free agents. They could end up anywhere. So I really do not see a retail turnaround from Verizon at all. And should things continue in the same trajectory, let's look at 1 year ago, right? In Q1 for Verizon, it was a bad quarter. And then Q2 was a bad quarter. And Q3 was a bad quarter. Who's to say these things won't repeat themselves? Meanwhile, T-Mobile is more aggressive. They've got better pricing. They've got better marketing. We look at AT&T. Things have worked well for them. Whether it's the fiber build, the mobility competition, they're good there. They're good in that space. Both of them more price attractive than Verizon when it comes to any plan that's not the Welcome Unlimited plan. And T-Mobile and AT&T have entry-level unlimited plans. I don't think that's the trouble for Verizon. All right, so all this together, you have to look at the Verizon Q4 as uglier than anyone else's. Right? It was a down quarter given the holiday season and by any metric. Look at the growth across the industry. All right, so these are just looking at the numbers, folks. You know, you can't sit there and candy coat it and allow, the carriers to kind of call their shots at these earnings conferences. You got to call a spade a spade. The carriers try to present things in a positive light to make sure that investors have confidence in purchasing more of those shares and keeping their investments with the companies. But when we look at these losses, they have to be accounted for. Just calling a spade a spade. What do you guys think of these numbers? What do you think about the way that the quarter played out in the total growth and things? I'll leave this for you guys to look at. This one is actually from Walt Pychek. He's an account I follow on Twitter. That's Lightshed Partners. They do a great podcast and they cover a lot of this stuff. I mean, these are just numbers. You guys can check it out. It's built within the article. All right, we're here trying to call a spade, folks. That's what we do on the SMT YouTube channel. What do you guys think? Sound off in the comment section below. You are the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard. Like, share, and subscribe for more. Turn on the bell notification icon to never miss an upload. Links are in the description for all things going on with the channel. I remind you guys of what we have going on with our partner, Mint Mobile. Please do check them out. All right, save money on your phone bill, all while supporting the channel. Partner link in the description. Great promotions, great deals on wireless service. Don't forget, it runs on the T-Mobile network. So if you want the T-Mobile network access but want to reduce or eliminate the chance of you getting hacked and breached and all those things, it's a great way to do that. Great promos, great deals for new customer offers, phones, lines of service. It's all there. Help out yourself and save money, and then help out the channel in return. Use the partner link in the description. Thanks to everybody for watching. Big shout out to the YouTube members and patrons for making content on this channel possible. Thank you so much. We'll see you all on the next video. Peace.